What kind of associations do you have with the word humility? Today on Holiness Connection, I want to talk about how humility can be a useful tool on the spiritual journey. Hey everyone! So today we're going to talk about humility. It's another one of those words that we might feel uncomfortable with, depending on what kind of associations we have with it. The term is related to the word humus, meaning earth, which sounds nice to me, but it might sound less pleasant for those of us who think of humility as abasement or unworthiness, like we're worms in the earth, worms in the scheme of things. And leaving aside the actual usefulness and importance of earthworms, I want to talk about the importance of humility on the spiritual path and how it can be just the opposite of worthlessness. My experiences with humility have led instead to a much deeper sense of self-worth and empowerment. I believe this is due to three aspects of humility. So first is an unburdening, not feeling like everything is my place to do or my responsibility. That might sound obvious, but I think it's easy to feel, maybe especially if we want to make change or follow a calling or sense of purpose in the world, that it's easy to feel that a lot is due to our own efforts and is dependent on us. We might confuse that sense of direction and calling, the pouring out, and the rightness of how that feels, even expansiveness at times. We might confuse that with the idea that things depend on us, almost as if a cause couldn't go forward without us. The key is to release that identification with the role and the purpose, going forward in our knowing and calling, but with the knowledge that we are part of the dance of the whole. Part of it, not a crucial step in what comes next. I experience a sense of unburdening and freedom in acknowledging this truth, and that doesn't in any way diminish the importance of our participation in life, in the dance, with connection, with spirit. So maybe this will become clearer with the second point, which is that humility leads to a sense of right place in the larger whole. And this enhances that feeling, and with it, a feeling of belonging. To help with this point, ask yourself deep questions about what you are being called to do and where you might be jumping ahead or grasping at associated ideas that aren't really the reality of what your calling is or what your place is in the whole. Be honest, there's nothing to be afraid of releasing. As with the proverbial bird, usually mentioned in the context of love, what is meant for you will come back to you. And finally, a third point, and this is a really big one, humility helps to prevent spiritual bypass as we realize our humanity and can see ourselves more clearly then. This will allow us to go through healing or other journeys of transformation. And often, these are grist for the mill for spiritual transformation and growth as well. I've very much experienced everything from profound psychological pattern change to being with everyday struggles with witnessing presence or non-resistance as parallel with spiritual growth, and really not separate at all, like we sometimes think of these domains of experience. Which takes me right back to my conception of holiness again, with that word whole in it. So humility as this embrace of what is, of our humanness and our right place in the web of interconnection, is an inherent worthiness and importance within the whole that can cultivate growth and belonging, a sense of freedom and the rightness of what is for us right now, as well as we go forward in our experiences and purpose. I'd love to hear in the comments if you have had interesting experiences with humility and what those are. If you find this content helpful, please give me a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you next time.